Piilani Highway was hit especially hard, and Mayor Mike Victorino says its closure near Pahihi Gulch inundated 200 yards of highway, the closure of which could persist for days.
Maui had been slammed in the beginning of December by brutal winter storms. Just days before we were supposed to leave on our bikepacking trip around East Maui Loop, another storm battered the island, and we seriously began to wonder whether our trip would actually happen. But January the 4th dawned with the sun shining, so we packed up our bikes and headed to Kula.
The adventure begins.
Morning, everyone. We are cycling up the side of Haleakala on our way to Kula, and we are going to be cycling from Kula to Hana. This is day 2 of our ride around Maui. Day 2 is probably going to be one of the more challenging days. Just because from Kula to Hana there are no services, no water, nothing. So we've packed our bags. We're going to be overnighting in Hana. We've packed our bags fairly lightly, just a change of cycling clothes for tomorrow, some shorts and t-shirts for this evening. So come along for the ride. I think this will be one of the more exciting days on the bike. I'll let you know if we're stopping, Hana.
Okay, let me know.
So we are just leaving Kula, and it is a little Kula. We got an early start this morning. We want to be able to enjoy the ride to Hana. It's about 90 kilometers to our B&B. So these are the last sort of amenities before we hit Hana. And as you can see by the sign here, Hana is 46 miles. Wow. So, as you know, there have been some pretty horrendous storms not too long ago on Maui. We're not entirely sure of the road conditions. I know that some of the road is not paved, so we're kind of hoping that it's in relatively rideable condition. So we're pulling into Ulupalakua Ranch. It's not open. These are the last signs of civilization we're gonna see until we hit Hana, as long as the roads are in good enough condition that we can actually get through to Hana. can see in the background. Big wind farm here. So it does get windy here. We've been really lucky so far. The weather has been pretty spectacular. So, Catherine, how are you enjoying the ride so far?
Oh, this is a trip down memory lane. This is the Maui I remember.
It just amazes me how different the terrain is here compared to the terrain we'll be riding through tomorrow on day 3. Tomorrow's ride is a jungle as compared to this almost desolate desert. There was a storm this weekend and the road has been damaged, so we're waiting here. Not sure how long we're going to be. Hard to anticipate this kind of thing. Anyway, we'll get through eventually, I hope. Clearly some road damage here.
Abject suffering. Heat's getting me. This is where the road gets a little rough. Oh, might have got that little mongoose on video. It's funny just how quickly the vegetation changes. We're out of that arid, almost desert-like. And now we're getting back into sort of more jungly, lush environment. Roads have been pretty good so far. This is where the gravel bikes would come in handy.
No, we're pretty close to Hana, and we're at Tony's place, getting our dinner. It's about, I don't know, 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've just ridden from Kula, so we've done about 65, 70K.
It's a tougher ride than I thought it would be. Having that little extra weight on the back of the bike makes a bit of a difference. This has got to be one of the most spectacular rides. I mean, the West Maui Loop.
I second that.
The West Maui Loop is a spectacular ride, but this is another level. The roads have been rough in places. That's certainly slowed us down.
We've done 75 kilometers.
Oh, we're making it through.
So this truly was a bucket list ride, so I'm just so pleased that we've had such a wonderful day. It's been tough. There are lots of punchy little climbs. I have to admit that I had to push my bike up a couple of them. But it's been a fabulous, fabulous day. Bucket list ride.
So we've arrived in Hana, and we are at the general store. We're going to get a few provisions, and then we're going to continue on because our Airbnb is about 10 miles outside of Hana, so we've still got a little ways to go.
So Hana is really a tiny little community. If you blink, you really can miss it.
What was that do for
Hello.
you?
That was, I mean, every single pedal stroke was gorgeous and just a delightful experience, even though it was tough. It was a tough day. It definitely was on my bucket list, and seriously, like, it was just each vista, like every time we turned a corner, it was more impressive and beautiful than the last one. And when I had booked this Entebeni cottage in Hana, but it's 10 miles on the far side of Hana, and I was really worried it was going to be up a hill, and it was a bit of a climb, but it wasn't as bad as I thought, although my legs were toast, so it took everything just to get here. So we have a cottage cat. Yeah.
And the view is spectacular. That was easily the most adventurous ride I've ever done. It was a challenging day, even though we only rode 97 kilometers. And tomorrow we ride from this location, hopefully all the way back home to Lahaina. Okay, so how are you feeling, Catherine?
Princess Catherine. I have had a true outdoor shower.